I have an epic cookie bar, Brookie, Blondie, Brownie, whatever you want to call it today. It's a chocolate chip cookie bar and a brownie sandwiched with Oreos in the middle. These are epic. You're not going to want to miss it. Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com and welcome back to my kitchen. It's a chocolate chip cookie base stuffed with Oreos and then with a brownie on top. These are epic. I know you're gonna love them. For more delicious desserts and easy recipes, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get in the kitchen. Start the cookie layer by mixing together a half of a cup of melted unsalted butter with a third of a cup of granulated sugar and a half of a cup of packed brown sugar. Stir it together and add a large egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, a half of a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Then stir in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then once that's all mixed together, add in 1.5 cups of chocolate chips and then set the dough aside while we make the brownie batter. There are so many recipes for this on the internet. Many of them use packaged or boxed ingredients, and this one is completely homemade, which makes them, in my opinion, even better. And you can't go wrong by stuffing Brookies with Oreos. For the brownies, you're going to mix together 4 ounces of unsweetened baking chocolate and 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter. Melt that together until it's smooth and then stir in 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. Once that's all mixed together, you will stir in 3 large eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, along with a half of a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. Once that is all mixed together, you will stir in a cup of all-purpose flour. So make a nice, thick, fudgy brownie batter. If you love any of these 3 things together, they're even better. Once that's together, it's time to assemble. So you're gonna press the cookie dough into the bottom of a 9 by 13 inch pan. Make sure it's lined with foil and sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. Once the cookies are pressed in, it's time to add the Oreos. So you can use any flavor Oreo that you want. We're using classic Oreos, and I'm just going to layer them 4 to a row, and I'm gonna put about 24 of those cookies all throughout on top of the cookie batter. Once you have all the cookies on there, it is time to spread your brownie batter evenly all over the top. So pour it over and then carefully spread it so that all of the Oreos are covered. And then you're gonna bake this at 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes until the top looks done and the center is no longer jiggly. Let it cool completely before slicing it into bars. This is a riff on one of my most popular YouTube videos, which I will link up here, the Brookie recipe, the famous Brookie recipe. These are my Brookies stuffed with Oreos, and you cannot go wrong with stuffing something with more chocolate and Oreos. They are actually super easy, even though they have a lot of different components. I know you're gonna love them. Leave me a comment and let me know what you're gonna stuff inside when you make them, and keep watching for even more recipes.